Hi everyone, it's Maddie Calzon for sadly the final time. This will be the last video of my channel. The domain for this video is geometry. It's cluster number 2, and we will classify two-dimensional figures into categories based on their properties. The concept for this video will be understand that attributes belonging to a category of two-dimensional figures. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, there's a lot of information on this page. Do not feel overwhelmed. These are basic rules you need to learn about these figures, but you do not have to commit them by memory all at once. We'll learn it over time. So on the top left corner, we have a rectangle. And some facts about the rectangle is that a rectangle is a four-sided flat shape where every angle is 90 degrees. As you can see, this little box right here, this indicates a 90-degree angle. And a rectangle also has two diagonals. They are equal in length and intersect in the middle. So the diagonal would be like this and this. Also, what I didn't write, but you should know, is that these two sides are congruent, which I'm sure you already knew. And these two sides are congruent. So there's two pairs of congruent sides. Now if you want to shift over and look at the right side, we have an equilateral triangle for the first one. It has three equal sides and three equal angles, always 60 degrees. The reason they're always 60 degrees is because a triangle has to equal 180 for its measurements, its angle measurements. So if you have three equal angle measurements out of 180, it's 180 divided by 3, which happens to be 60. So that's why all three angles are the same, and they're always going to be 60. The second type of triangle is Isosceles Triangle. It has two congruent sides and two equal angles. And then for the third triangle is a Scalene Triangle, and it has a different angle for each angle. Different angle, circle all those in different colors. And it also has different sides for each side. So no side measurement or no angle measurement are the same for scalene triangles. Now on the bottom left here we have rhombuses. And all sides are equal in length. Opposite sides are parallel, and opposite angles are equal. And then we have in the middle a quadrilateral, which has four sides, and it's two-dimensional, which is a flat shape. And they all are closed, and the joints all add together. So as you can see, right up here with these examples, there's no point that's not connected. So it's a closed figure. There's no open figure, so it's not like this. See how there's no side connecting right here? There's no side right here. These are all closed figures, and they have four sides. Also, for our last shape, we are learning about parallelograms, which have opposite sides are parallel, and opposite sides are equal in length. So as you can see, these are equal in length. These are equal in length. And also, these angles equal each other, the two B's, and the two A's equal each other. So now we're going to go on to our practice, which is going to be, as you can see, I'll flip, is going to be, I'm going to give you either a shape or a description, and you're going to have to tell me what shape it's describing or showing. So pause the video and write this down. I've numbered them for you. Okay, hopefully we've gotten all these answers. Let's start. So we have this first image. The first thing I want you to notice is that one is a triangle, and it has two congruent sides, which we can see based off the tick marks, and it has two congruent angles. So let's think back to our rules about triangles. We have our equilateral, which are always 60 degrees. There's three equal angles, so that can be crossed off. We have Isosceles Triangle, which has two equal sides and two equal angles. That seems like it could be it. Let's just make sure. And we have our scalene triangle, which has no equal sides and no equal angles. So it's going to have to be our isosceles triangle. So this is our isosceles. I'll just abbreviate. Now number 2. This shape has 4 sides, 4 90-degree angles, and 2 pairs of congruent sides. Let's refer back to our reference page. Well, off the bat, it has to have 90 degrees. And the one figure that I see that has 90 degrees would be our rectangle, which has 2 congruent sides, which we can see here and here, and it has 90-degree angles. So this must be a rectangle. Now let's look at our third example. Here's a diagram for us, a figure, and from the picture already I can tell that it's going to be a rhombus, and it has this diamond-like shape, and the sides are congruent in this one. So, and the sides are parallel, like it showed us in the example. See how these are parallel? And these could be considered parallel too. I'll draw it on the other side, like that. So this is definitely a rhombus. Okay, so our fourth example, it says opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal in length. Let me refer back to our reference sheet. Oh, I see it here. It must be a parallelogram. So I'll just write parallelogram. Didn't have much room there. Okay, so our fifth one. We see it's a triangle, so off the bat I know it has to be one of my 3. So let's look. It has 3 different angles based off the tick marks it's showing me. It has 3 different sides. So let's see back over here. The only triangle with 3 different angles and 3 different sides is a scalene triangle. So this must be a scalene triangle. Now for our last example, it says a type of triangle with equal sides and angles. So, because all 3 of ours are gone already, all 2 of ours, and we know that an equilateral triangle has all equal angles, it must be an equilateral. Okay, so I hope you got all these right. Let's finish up this lesson with an overview. So for our overview, we are reflecting back on what we learned, and we learned that all these different shapes have many, many different attributes, and we learned it from our reference sheet, which is right here. We learned all about rectangles and their 90-degree angles and their 2 pair of congruent sides. We learned about rhombuses, which are also parallelograms. We also learned about equilateral triangles and what classifies as an equilateral triangle. And we also learned 3 different types of triangles. So we learned a lot today, guys, and I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you so much for going on my channel and watching these videos. And I hope you like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you so much for watching.